Imagine holding a tiny, glowing sun in your hands. That isn't science fiction. It is the reality China just achieved with its East Reactor. For years, scientists have dreamed of tapping into the infinite clean energy hidden within stars, but getting plasma to stay hot and stable has been nearly impossible. Today, we are diving deep into the record-breaking temperature milestones that pushed human engineering to its absolute limit. By July 2026, this breakthrough isn't just a lab curiosity. It is the blueprint for an energy grid that could power our planet without smoke or fuel. Welcome back to the channel where we turn complex science into simple stories. Let's talk about the sheer scale of what China's experimental advanced superconducting tokamak actually achieved. In January 2025, they shattered every previous barrier by heating plasma to a staggering 158 million degrees Fahrenheit. To put that in perspective, you're talking about 5 times hotter than the surface of our own sun. That is not just heat, it is absolute nuclear intensity. At these temperatures, atoms don't move around normally. They break apart into ions and electrons, creating a soup of pure energy known as plasma. Maintaining this state for more than 17 minutes without the core collapsing was an engineering miracle. The East Reactor didn't just get lucky here. They redefined what materials science thought possible by using advanced superconducting magnets to contain forces that would vaporize any normal steel structure in milliseconds. This wasn't a fleeting flash of light. It was a sustained, high-pressure furnace running continuously for nearly 3 hours and 45 seconds. You might wonder how they kept this thing from exploding. The answer lies in the incredible complexity of the containment system itself. To hold plasma at 158 million degrees, you cannot use any physical wall that touches it. Even a tiny bit of contact would instantly destroy the reactor and likely kill everyone inside. So, the East team built a magnetic cage so precise it holds atoms in place, as loosely as a spiderweb holds a fly. They utilized superconducting coils cooled to near absolute zero, creating magnetic fields strong enough to squeeze that superhot plasma back together against its own tendency to explode outward. The breakthrough wasn't just about reaching higher temperatures, it was about stability. In previous attempts, the plasma would wiggle and eventually touch the walls, causing a quench, a rapid loss of energy that shuts everything down. East managed to keep this violent, unstable soup dancing in perfect sync with magnetic fields for over 17 minutes straight. This consistency proved that we can control fusion on an industrial scale, not just in theoretical simulations. Of course, achieving these temperatures is one thing. Actually using this energy to power the world is another entirely different beast. Critics often ask why it hasn't happened faster, and honestly, the challenge of energy efficiency is massive right now. While East successfully reached those record highs, converting that heat into usable electricity still requires solving the problem of net gain. The reactor consumes a tremendous amount of electricity to run its superconducting magnets and cooling systems just to maintain this state. For fusion to be truly viable, it needs to produce more energy than it consumes over time, a concept known as breaking even. China's achievement shows us that we are incredibly close to that threshold, but the gap between "we can make the fire" and "we can power a city with the fire" is still being bridged by massive amounts of research. The fact that they sustain these extreme conditions for such a long duration means they have enough data to optimize their efficiency curves, bringing us significantly closer to the point where fusion becomes cheaper than coal or wind. So what does this actually mean for you and me in daily life? The implications are massive because it changes everything from electricity prices to climate change strategies. If we can master East-level control, the cost of energy could drop dramatically as fusion becomes a baseload power source available 24 hours a day, regardless of the weather or season. Unlike solar panels that need sun and wind turbines that need breeze, this reactor would burn fuel without emitting carbon emissions at all. Imagine a world where the cost of a kWh of electricity is tied to the price of raw materials rather than volatile fossil fuels. Furthermore, the technology developed here will likely spill over into other fields like space travel, potentially powering spacecraft with clean energy for deep space missions. We are no longer just dreaming about artificial suns. We are building them brick by magnetic coil, and the door is opening wider every day. China's East Reactor has proven that 158 million degrees is not an impossible barrier, but rather a stepping stone to something even greater. We stand on the brink of an energy revolution where clean power is limitless and accessible for all. The journey from these lab records to global grids is just beginning, but the blueprint is finally in our hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the science that powers our future, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below telling me what you think. When do you think we'll see fusion power on the grid? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.